Hello, welcome back to this House of Walls. My name is Ashley, and on this channel I love to share all things homeschooling and books. Today is books. I have been really prioritizing trying to film monthly book hauls, because then while it's still a stack, it's not as big as what comes into the house in a couple of months. I do have 2 book of the month picks. I am not good about saving it for these videos. I like to open them right away and remember what I ordered, and then put them onto my book cart and see if I can get to them in the month. But I have 2 books. So the first is Butcher and Blackbird by Bryn Weaver. This looks fascinating. It is a Ruinous Love trilogy. Oh, interesting. So there's going to be 3. When did this come out? It doesn't even say. This was not on my radar at all, but I keep seeing people talking about it, and I saw the trigger warnings. So this page has trigger warnings, and it goes back onto this page. And some of them sound ridiculous. So amateur surgery, accidental cannibalism, not so accidental cannibalism, questionable use of a mummified corpse, ill-advised use of kitchen implements. Yeah, so I'm really interested to check this out. I'm hoping to get to it by the end of the month, but we will see. And then this one, I honestly didn't know if I was going to be getting it, but when I saw it for book of the month, I thought, all right, suck me into a story and break my heart all over, just like Kristen Hannah always does. The Women. I think it's me right now that reading this kind of like such intense story that she tends to write. I don't know when this is going to be read for me. Hopefully soon. So The Women, it says, it's an intimate portrait of coming of age in a dangerous time and an epic tale of a nation divided. So this does take place during Vietnam, and you're following a woman that goes to Vietnam. I've heard it's really good, and it will rip your heart out. Just like The Nightingale did and some of her others. So I'm excited. I have read some of her more backlisted ones and haven't enjoyed those, but any of her more recent ones I have enjoyed. So I will eventually pick this one up. I just need to be in the right mind space to do that. All right, my next... Yeah, I'll talk about this one next. Have I read the first 2 in this series? Nope. Have I finished another of this author's series that I have been dragging out for way too long, like over a year? Nope, haven't finished it. Did I have FOMO? Yep. House of Flame and Shadows. This is book 3 for Crescent City. I splurged and got the UK edition because for some reason the UK comes out with hardcover and softcover. So I had to pay more for this because all of my other Sarah J. Maas books are softcover. So I wanted to stick with the theme. But apparently, UK softcover are bigger. I don't have one of her other books here to compare, but this is significantly taller, which is kind of unfortunate. And then because I bought it in a different way, I can't return it without paying a ton of postage, and at that point it's not worth it. I'm going to stick with it for right now. Maybe when the US softcover version comes out, I will try and sell this one and get that one. But this is what I have for right now. I have absolutely no idea what the story is about. I haven't read book 1 yet. But here we are. All right, my next... I've been kind of having a little bit of fun checking out some graphic novels. I just read 2 for this month that I'll talk about in my February wrap-up. And so I want to kind of check out some more. I heard about this first one from Chantel from Chantel Reads All Day. And since I'm doing the Year of Agatha, that video will be linked down below. I thought this would be a good one to read, and it is Young Agatha Christie. So on the back it says, the hilarious adventures of the acclaimed mystery writer Agatha Christie as a child. A curious little girl who treats the everyday world as one big crime scene. So this sounds really good. And I think it's even 10 plus, but I remember online, I feel like it was young enough. I mean, I might have both my kids read this just so that they can know a little bit about Agatha Christie, because they see me talking about Agatha Christie and reading her books. So I thought this would be kind of fun. And then I got one, I'm hoping that I like it. Animal Farm by George Orwell. I did read this in high school. Absolutely hated it. I know that we had to do a lot of book studies. To be totally honest, I don't remember a whole lot about it. I know that the animals portray a government, but I can't even remember what that government is. Sorry. I will research it more before I get into this so that I go into it fully understanding and being like, oh, that makes more sense. And just caring more as an adult about lineups between fictional stories and more like real life stuff. So I think this was another from Chantel Reads All Day, that she actually enjoyed this a whole lot more than the actual book. And I thought it would be kind of good to at least pick up and try. I do have, kids that eventually will be getting to this, and so it would be kind of interesting to have them read the graphic novel and the actual novel. And maybe at that point, I'll reread the actual novel too. So here's that. And then I have a kind of a stack of shorter books, like this whole stack, that I'm just going to go through. I think my only 2 used books this month are in this stack. So I just learned that we have a Second and Charles, like right down the road from me. So I went to go check it out and found 2 books, and they were doing buy one, get one 50% off on their fantasy and sci-fi. So I thought that works for me. The first is The Last Unicorn by Peter S. Beagle. I know that this is a classic, classic enough. Let's see, when was it written? Oh, it is a classic, 1968. You are following a unicorn that has lived alone, but then decides to leave the enchanted forest and go on a quest for others of her kind. So I just saw somebody reading this and really liked it, and I think it'd be kind of interesting to pick up an older fantasy book and see what it's like. And then the other one that I got is Every Heart a Doorway, and this is the first in the Wayward Children. So this kind of, I guess, follows children like Alice from Alice in Wonderland and the kids from Narnia, like after they come back from those magical worlds into the real world, and they can go to, I think, like a house where they can kind of recover and get back into the real world. I think that there's quite a few in this series, but it sounds like an interesting concept, and I mean, the full price at the store was $4.25, so that works. My last, I'll say like 2 sets of books are continuations of series that I have started. So the first being Shady Hollow. I have read book 1. I have book 2 already on my actual TBR. But they were on an Amazon deal for book 3 and 4. So I figured I'd pick them up for that price. So I don't remember which one comes first, but I have Twilight Falls and Mirror Lake. And so this is a little fantasy world that the town is all animal folk. The first one had a death that happened and the mystery behind it, everything like that. So I figured I would finish out the series that's out right now. I think that there is a 5th book coming out, and there might even be like really small novella stories, but I figured I'd see how these all go first. Then I got book 2 and 3 from the Murderbot Diaries. I read the first one in January and liked it, so decided to pick up the next two. I think this is the second one, Artificial, as I hit myself in the head with it, Artificial Condition and Rogue Protocol. So I did enjoy it. I'm kind of curious to listen to these on audio. I think on Hoopla, I think it has like a full cast of character kind of narration. So that would be kind of interesting. But this, I guess, is continuing on with Murderbot and their adventures of being a kind of a grumpy robot that kind of was able to break the control that is supposed to be over it. Likes watching daytime TV, and just I really enjoyed getting to slightly know Murderbot last book and want to check these out soon. I'm gonna hold all of these up, hopefully without them falling. There we go. Yeah, so that is what I bought since my last book haul video. Quite a bit. But I like having these books on my shelves to kind of go on and read to my heart's content. On that note, I'm gonna go put some of these away. I just actually, before filming this one, started a reading vlog, so I'm gonna go take care of that. But in the meantime, if you like these types of videos or anything else that I post here on this channel, make sure to subscribe and like down below, and I will be back for more soon.